Stop what you're doing and listen to this.
Tell me, you retiring? Oh, it's mascot Jake.
That's the line that just dropped in the latest State Farm commercial, and the fans are going wild over it. Caitlin Clark is already a huge name in women's basketball, and she has now stepped into a commercial with Chris Paul for State Farm. But it's not just any commercial, it is the kind of commercial that takes along sports legacy with mainstream advertising. And if you blinked, you might have missed just how big this is. But it doesn't stop there. On the same day, she was spotted courtside at a college matchup in a very casual manner. Yet cameras found her, fans spotted her, and suddenly she was part of a new wave of praise that spans arenas, broadcast screens, and ad spots.
Okay. In the middle of the crowd.
This is the kind of triple threat moment you don't see often. And right now, it's all about unignorable presence. If you think the same, comment CC down below. For those who don't know, a new State Farm commercial features NBA legend Chris Paul. But here's the twist. Caitlin Clark isn't in the background. She delivers a line, a small moment that lands with more weight than most people realize. The timing of it is perfect.
WNBA icon Caitlin Clark made All-Star guard Chris Paul feel uncomfortable by asking him a hot question. Don't worry though, it's all part of the latest State Farm commercial.
Plus, on the same day, she was spotted courtside at a major matchup with casual gear, yet somehow commanding every camera in the arena. What's happening here is not a cameo, but a move that puts Clark at the center of conversations far beyond the court. And while we don't need to see the whole play yet, one thing is clear. This is just the beginning. The story is not over yet. Back in October 2023, Caitlin Clark signed with State Farm. That was when she made history as the first collegiate athlete to join the company's roster under NIL rules. That alone was a great step. State Farm, a brand traditionally associated with established NBA and NFL stars, had never turned its marketing lens toward a college athlete. But Clark's combination of talent and growing national recognition made her the perfect trailblazer.
P-E-Z-O-L? Bottom row?
Since that signing, Clark has appeared in multiple State Farm commercials, and these aren't just low-key promotional spots. They are campaigns that align with the brand's long-standing style. These connect Clark with high-profile athletes, including some of the NBA's biggest names. Fast forward to November 22nd, 2025, and State Farm drops a new commercial featuring Clark alongside NBA legend Chris Paul.
State Farm agents are here for your questions.
Chris, you retiring?
Want to help with this question?
Allow me to assist.
Dad, are you retiring?
I'm pretty sure this music gonna get copyrighted, but I ain't gonna lie
Tell
to
me,
you.
you retiring?
And there she is.
Oh, it's mascot Jake.
The scene looks simple at first. Clark asks Chris Paul about his retirement, while State Farm's mascot Jake jumps in to help. But the moment is far from ordinary. Clark delivers a short, powerful line, which is a symbolic handoff between a rising WNBA star and a veteran NBA legend.
Tell me, you retiring?
The NBA veteran, who's one of the faces of the insurance company, is being asked by a number of people when he plans to retire.
It's subtle, yet it carries huge meaning for sports marketing and putting women's basketball front and center in mainstream advertising. Think about that for a second. Clark, still early in her profession, shares screen time with Chris Paul, a player whose career has spanned nearly 2 decades, and who is a major part of the NBA. That's a marker for how brands are increasingly recognizing the value of female athletes in their campaigns. Before Clark joined, State Farm mostly worked with NBA and NFL stars like Patrick Mahomes and Chris Paul. Adding her shows that women's basketball can attract big audiences and has real marketing value.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? I draw mustaches on players' faces when they're asleep.
Clark's campaigns with State Farm aren't just one-time deals. She appears in multiple ads, showing the company wants to invest in her long-term.
Hey, Jenny, I gotta get back to the game.
Oh, right. Let me just grab a latte to go.
Make that too.
They see her as not a top athlete, but someone people look up to off the court. And by featuring her with NBA stars, State Farm connects college sports, professional leagues, and mainstream advertising in one smart move. Clark's visibility doesn't stop at commercials. On the same day the ad dropped, she was spotted courtside at a college game, showing she can connect with fans in person as well as on screen. She was courtside at a big college game, Butler Bulldogs versus South Carolina Gamecocks.
We're looking at her being at a lot of those games throughout this year, but
She appeared on the CBS Sports college basketball.
Her presence across multiple platforms builds relevance, reach, and profound impact. Clark is changing sports marketing and showing a blueprint for the future of women's athletics. Clark's impact becomes even more striking when you look at her dual visibility.
Don't tweet at me. I'm just saying they are amazing, McCaffrey family.
All right, okay. Yeah, she definitely taken over. She took that little gym over with the snap.
She was just there to support her boyfriend's team, blending into the crowd like any fan.
O'Neal, the great Ann O'Neal of Iowa State, and Caitlin Clark, of course, her long career in Iowa, that terrific journey, becoming the Division I all-time leading scorer. But I'll tell you what, you were a heck of a shooter in your day, too.
Hey, okay, I never thought I'd be on a split screen with Caitlin Clark, of all people, but it's just so cool.
The contrast between casual courtside presence and a high-profile national commercial shows a bigger trend in 2025. Top athletes aren't performing on the court or posting online anymore. Their influence stretches across arenas and broadcasts that drive branding and audience attention in ways we can see and admire. The November 22, 2025 State Farm commercial was also Chris Paul's official retirement announcement. After nearly 2 decades in the NBA, Paul's career is the kind of legacy that highlights basketball. And having Caitlin Clark deliver a simple, heartfelt line, "Thanks for everything, CP," gave the ad real cultural and emotional weight. Clark's appearance in this context is bridging 2 eras of basketball, a veteran NBA legend passing the torch to a rising WNBA star. In just a few seconds, the ad tells a story of respect and the evolving visibility of women in sports marketing.
Even though he doesn't answer the question, sources close to Paul stated that he will be retiring after the end of the season, his 21st campaign in the NBA.
The commercial with Chris Paul adds another layer. It tells a story. By pairing a rising WNBA star with a veteran NBA legend, the ad bridges generations and leagues. For fans and advertisers alike, that kind of messaging carries real weight, signaling that women's basketball can play a leading role in cultural and marketing conversations.
Let's check it off. Comfy shoes?
Check it off. Yeah.
Comfy shoes. A frame sweater vest? Yeah. A brand new microwave? For sure.
Yeah, of course.
Official send-off speech?
I got this. Christopher Emmanuel.
No. Thanks for everything, CP.
Thanks.
By positioning Clark in this role, State Farm uses advertising not to sell insurance, but to create a moment with historical and cultural significance. Clark is part of a story about basketball, legacy, and the growth of women's sports. Her line may be short, but it signals that women's basketball stars can share stages with NBA icons, shaping the conversation around the game and its culture. Unsurprisingly, the commercial drew major media attention. Established sports outlets flagged it as a cross-league collaboration worth noting. That highlights Clark's unique position as a top-tier women's athlete with major brand backing alongside an NBA legend. The timing amplified its impact. Clark's courtside appearance at the Butler vs. South Carolina game combined grassroots and live fan momentum with mainstream visibility from the commercial. Social media, sports outlets, and fan reactions all converged on the same day, creating a dual wave of attention that few athletes, male or female, experience. In short, the commercial was a moment of sports that are rare and are helpful in connecting fans, brands, and athletes across leagues. These show how strategic storytelling in sports marketing can elevate both a brand and the athletes it features. Caitlin Clark's latest campaigns, they are proof of a big shift in sports marketing. Women's basketball is no longer seen as a niche or just women's sports. When a major brand like State Farm puts a rising WNBA star in a commercial alongside an NBA legend like Chris Paul, it sends a clear message that women's basketball belongs in the mainstream spotlight. Clark made history in October 2023 when she became the first college athlete to sign with State Farm under NIL rules. That move alone was remarkable, but what makes it even more remarkable is how consistently she's appeared in high-profile campaigns since then. She's no longer just a college star or a rising WNBA talent. She's a recognized face in national advertising, showing that endorsement deals aren't just for male athletes or longtime NBA icons anymore. Women can now be central to the marketing of major brands, and Clark is leading the way. Caitlin Clark just leveled up from being State Farm's first college athlete partner to sharing screen time with NBA legend Chris Paul. But this isn't just a commercial. It shows that women's basketball belongs in the mainstream, And Clark is leading the charge, proving that female athletes can be just as marketable and influential as any NBA star. So, do you think this will change how brands invest in women's sports? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you're ready to see Clark keep breaking barriers, type Caitlyn Takeover below. For more updates, viral moments, behind-the-scenes highlights, and women's basketball news, like this video and subscribe.